What's up? Hi. How are you guys? I hope you've been well. Esiwaka go back again here. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. And turn on the notification bell. Here it's super hot. You might see me sweating, but I promise you I'm good. But it's kind of too hot. But we thank God for everything. Anyway. Today I came to speak about kids schools in America. That is the elementary, kindergarten, preschool, high school. Past that, I think hiyo ni ya watu wakubwa, so I won't talk about college and universities. I'll just touch about 19 years down, or high school down to preschool. Yeah, many people been asking me, how are the schools there with kids, and would you compare them with schools here in Kenya? I would tell you no, schools are very different here, but they also differ with where you take your child to school at and the state you are in. If you are taking your child to a private school or public school. I might talk about public schools because that is what I'm relevant with. And my kids' schools in public schools, yeah, public schools here are good, but they also depend with the area, with where you live. But basically, I would say public school do good so too. And it's upon you to decide if you want your child to go to a public school or a private school. A private school, definitely, you will have to pay. But for a public school, you won't pay a dime. But we do provide for school supplies sometimes. Those are books to write on. There are so many mosquitoes here, that's why you keep on seeing me trying to scare them. I don't know what is the remedy I can be using to avoid them when I'm shooting a video, but there are so many and they bite me a lot. So with public schools, we do not pay school fees, but we do pay for school supplies. That is, if they need pens, coloring things, books, school bag and stuff, you're gonna provide those. But for the school fees, it's waived for every parent that takes their kid to a public school. Things like lunch, you can provide to your kid by giving them some dollars, which goes to their food account, lunch account, or they can get lunch in school if you apply for free lunch. So let's agree this. Public schools here are free, no school fees, but private schools you will have to pay. So some people do pay, some people don't, depending on if you want your child to school in a public or private school. And the education is good. I like their curriculum, and I like everything about the schools here. I have been to Kenyan schools, and I'm not saying they are bad, they are good. And I've been to this system here, and I must tell you, I like their system better because teachers are friendly to kids and they listen to them and they do their best to make sure that those kids do their best to academically. So the most big difference that I saw was here kids don't do uniforms. They use home clothes to go to school. And another thing that got me surprised was the way kids relate with the teachers. Like there is so much bonding, there is so much they try their level best for teachers to relate or to see the kids from a child perspective, not from a student. They don't just see them as a student, but they also see them, they try to reason with the kids from their level. And here you might find a child or a student reasoning with a teacher, arguing, and it is allowed, but it has to be done in a very respectful manner. So it is also good to send your kids to school and remind them to always respect their teachers. It is very important, so that also we can give teachers easy time with our kids. The other thing that made me marvel was when kids go to school, here they will teach them to be responsible. You might think because they are very lenient with them, they might not teach them or be hard on them on some things, but things like kindergarteners being able to tie their shoes, they teach them in school how to tie their shoes, and they have to do it themselves. Yeah, that is something they do, cleaning up after themselves. Yani ni kitu ambayo hata mtoto akitoka shule akuje huku nje, they will still be responsible, they will still be independent people. And yeah, another thing that made me feel surprised is the fact that teachers cannot discipline kids, like whooping them. They are not allowed to do that. And for those who've been asking what happens when a black kid joins a school where they have the white kids and black, you know, it's only in America or in Europe and America where you go and you get to know that you are a different color. Back in Kenya, we just interact without knowing nothing about race. But when you come to America, there is this race thing. And when you go to Europe, the same thing. I don't know about Canada, I've never heard about them, but there is this race thing that gets into people's minds. So when you come here in America and you register your kids to school, sometimes they may get bullied at school, but trust me, teachers don't encourage that. Even though they are white teachers, they don't encourage bullying because it is against the school rules to bully someone against their color. So it does happen, yeah, but it is not encouraged. It is not something that is encouraged by the teachers or the rules of the state. And your kid is supposed to report it to you and to the teacher, and they do take good care of it. If they don't, you have all the rights to fight for your child. And personally, I've never had any issue with racism on my kids. I do ask them every time they come home. I have to ask them how the school was, what they did not like. And when I take them to a new school, I have to ask them how the school is, how are they relating with the other kids. And so far so good, it's been well. I have not had any complaint. So bullying against color, that is something that happens even with the adults, not just kids. So all you need to do is to teach your child to embrace their color. And what I tell mine is, even if a child tells you you are black, tell them, yeah, I know I am black. And even if I was to be born again today, like even if today was supposed to be my birthday, when my mom is giving birth to me, I would want to come out as a black kid because I like my color, and it has nothing to do with who I am. Who I am, it depends on how I treat people, how I embrace things. But the color is just a color. And I tell them to tell them this: I'm so proud of my color, and I do not regret being black at all. So telling me I'm black, it doesn't change me, and I like it the way I am because I am black. I am different from you. And you are white, I'm black, but all of us are human beings. So at the end of the day, we are all human. And the most important thing is how we treat people, how I treat you, how you treat me. It is not about the color I have and the color you have. So it is also good to encourage your kids and to teach them how to be proud of their color and to develop that attitude of rising above the race thing. To me personally, as a black woman, I do like being black. I'm proud of it. Even if you tell me I'm black, I won't even feel nothing. I have a thick skin against race, because you have to understand that you cannot change your color. That is who you found yourself to be, and you cannot change it for people to like you. If they don't like you as a black person, you cannot change to be a white person for them to like you. If someone doesn't like you as a white person, you cannot change yourself to be a black person for them to embrace you. So what they need to do is to just adjust themselves and just see you as a black person, but you are a human being the same way they are human beings. So I'm gonna end up my video here. So about bullying kids in school, yes, it might be there, but just teach your kids how to rise above it and develop that thick skin, and give them confidence. Tell them to have confidence in their skin, and it has nothing less of a human being being black. It is just a color, but I am a human being. I breathe the same air you breathe. I eat the same way you eat. I have got 2 ears, I have got 2 eyes, I have a mouth like you do, 2 hands. Everything else is all the same. The only difference here is the color, and I'm not bothered by my black color. Same thing, white person should not be bothered by their white color if they go to a place where, an environment where they find people of other color. Difference in color has got nothing to do with humanity. So let's teach people with respect and encourage our kids just to embrace their black color wherever they go, because nowadays the world is so diverse, and you don't have to regret about your color simply because you found yourself in another environment that they don't like black color. Black color is a good color, it doesn't crack, and I'm proud of it, and I cannot even dare change my color. I am a proud black woman, and so am I teaching my kids to be black kids that are confident in their color, and that they should not regret at all about their color, because color black is beautiful. No matter what people think about it, it is a beautiful color. So never ever fear to migrate because of color. We are here, we are surviving, and we do not regret, because people not accepting you because of something they think you should not have it, it is not your fault, it is their problem, and you should just let people deal with their problems the way they are. As much as we would want to ignore things, it also sometimes gets into our head, and we find ourselves dealing with it and regretting some other things. But never ever regret about your color. Never ever regret about your color. You are beautiful the way you are, and you are special, and you are so great, and you can be anything, you can be anyone. You can be the president, you can be the biggest lawyer, you can be the greatest medical practitioner, you can be anything. Being black doesn't interfere with your brain. So you better understand this and teach your kids to walk everywhere with their heads high, because black is beautiful. Yay, black is beautiful. Personally, I will never trade it for anything ever. I like being black. I am very confident being black, and I know I am beautiful, and beautiful indeed. This is what we should always teach our kids, so that when they walk out there, they have confidence and they know they are beautiful, and yes, they're gonna make it. There is nothing like moving back because of bullying, moving back because of the color. No. We can rise above that, and we can teach our kids to rise above it, because color doesn't have to do with anything. Color doesn't have anything to do with your brain. Color doesn't have to do with anything. While you are in school, when you are studying, you can still succeed, you can still do exceptional, and you can still be the best in the class, even though you are black. We have seen so many people, even in the Olympics, black people taking medals home because they were black. They were not denied the medals. Once they defeated the rest, they were given the medals because they qualified. So all you need to do is to qualify, be the best in your class, and nothing will ever be snatched away from you because you are black. keep up the spirit. Let us encourage our kids to be confident about being black, and to tell them and to remind them every time that black is the most beautiful color that ever existed in the world, so that they can have this self-esteem, raise their self-esteem, and scare the devil that might come to interfere with this. I believe in everything starts in the brain, and it affects you the way you will allow it. So you can control what gets into your brain by rising above it and consistently reminding yourself that I can do it, I can rise above it, and I can succeed in everything. Being black is just a color, but success is for everyone, whether black or white. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. To subscribe, to share, and comment with any question. This question was posed by one of my followers, and I decided to answer it. So hopefully I get to meet you on the next video. Stay here. I'm gonna be bringing you a lot of stuff, answering all your questions, and I find it easier using a video because everyone can listen instead of me typing to questions and answering you individually. Sometimes I don't have that much time to type to everyone because of my work and other things that might interrupt. So I'll see you on the next video. I'm so happy. Thank you all those who've been subscribing. I'm so much overwhelmed by your love. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. May God bless you so much for me. I'll see you next on the video.